Hey, I hope you're well today. This is Pastor Drew from Avuno Church, Donholm. I hope you're keeping safe. I hope you're observing all the recommended practices to prevent the spread of COVID-19. So I've been sharing my thoughts here for the last few days on my one-year Bible reading program. Yesterday we saw how Saul spent so much time hunting down David, and we were asking ourselves, what if we spend more time seeking God's voice? What if Saul actually spent more time seeking God's voice and God's will over his life? So that was our challenge for yesterday. Today, I read chapter 21 to 24 of 1 Samuel. And there are so many takeouts, you guys. There's so many takeouts. I'll just focus on one again. In the course of these thoughts, I have been focusing on the character Saul, because oftentimes David takes the center stage, and rightly so, because he does amazing things. But I felt like there are more lessons to learn from Saul, because Saul really mirrors our lives. He mirrors our attitudes and our habits. And so today we see Saul, in his pursuit of David, he hunts and kills priests. There's a priest called Ahimelech. Now, David, while he was running away from Saul, went to a priest called Ahimelech. And, it's an interesting story. There, he actually gets the sword that Goliath used to have, and he takes it up. But now when Saul gets wind that he had gone to Ahimelech, he hunts Ahimelech down and he kills him. Now, not only just him, 85 other priests. Now, you have to realize how grievous this is, because priests were, people, they still are, pardon me, they are people who stood between God and people. And so they were really important people. They still are really important people. So this is the extent to which Saul's pride and rebellion had reached. He didn't even think twice about killing a priest, one who had dedicated his entire lives to serving God and to serving their people. He hunts down and kills 85 priests on that day, just because they had come in contact with David and they had supported David in his running away. And I was just really convicted of how much we suppress the voices of truth in our life, how much we take for granted the people who actually speak between us and God. And sometimes they say things that we don't agree with, and they do things we don't agree with. And how often we suppress those voices of the priests in our lives. And it really made me consider the voices of truth in my life and the people who actually speak truth over me, and how much I need to honor them, because they represent God over my life. They represent authority over my life. And so it was a really an awakening moment for me to consider, to not suppress the voices of authority over my life, the voices of people who stand between God and myself, and the people who are discipling me and who are guiding me. And so I don't know if there's anyone in your life who you would consider a priest, someone who is standing between you and God and interceding on your behalf, a voice of authority in terms of the spirit or the spiritual matters. How often do you listen to them? How often do you suppress their voice? How often do you kill them? Because you see, we may not necessarily kill them physically, but we suppress their voice over our lives. We suppress their authority over our lives. So take time to bless the priests in your life during this season. It's not easy, definitely, for them, because the current season, people look to them, and there are many things that God does and speaks to us through priests during this season. Would you consider to bless them? Would you consider to reach out to them and hear what God is saying to you through them? May God bless you as you consider these thoughts. Thank you.